Hey guys, this is Will from Going Awesome Places, and I'm excited to be doing a third video comparing really the 30 liter versus 20 liter Peak Design everyday backpack. The last one was my kind of initial review of the two backpacks. I've had over 6 months traveling with them, pretty much going all over the world with them, using them at home as well, locally here in Toronto. And I thought I'd just give my 2 cents about what I think about these two bags, things that you probably want to know. And at the end of the video, I'll be talking about or answering your Q&A type questions I've been getting in the comments from my previous video. So I'll be able to summarize all those good nuggets of information. But before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there. I got a lot more amazing videos coming your way, whether they are travel related or tech and travel gear related reviews. So definitely subscribe. Okay, so why don't we begin? So what I'm gonna do is actually go through these two bags, how I use them, kind of pros and cons I found out about them over the past little while. And then once I'm done that, I'll jump right into the Q&A. Okay, so why don't we start with the smaller 20 liter. This bag has been my workhorse every day. I use it to go to work. I use it to pretty much go work at Starbucks because I'm working as a blogger full time, and I've used it on like small trips and things like that. I will say that this bag is great for the everyday, kind of like I mentioned before. It is for somebody that doesn't have a ton of camera gear. It's somebody that has, a laptop, some chargers and things like that, a notebook for work, perhaps, putting some water in there, maybe one camera, maybe a lens as well, but it is something for the city. It's been a great little bag that I almost use every day now. I use it to commute. I use it when I'm driving. I throw it in the trunk. All that's been really, really convenient. Small trips as well, 3 to 4 day type trips where I haven't needed to carry all that much stuff. This is my bag. So I will say about this bag that I typically don't carry too much in it, right? So I have my 12-inch MacBook or I have my 13-inch MacBook Pro, all fits in at the top, no problem. Up at the top, I also have a bunch of random junk here, whether it's gummy bears, headphones, Jaybirds, got some cough medicine, very important chapstick. Got that as well, some cards I guess I collected, and that's about it. At the top, I got some chargers, charging cables, and power bank, dongles, of course, all that good stuff. That goes up on the top. On the side wings, don't carry a whole lot other than pens, highlighters, more business cards. That's kind of it. Pepsi AC, I guess. And at the bottom, it's a top-loaded bag for me because the bottom I barely use, because if I don't have a camera, there's nothing really in the bottom two sections. I've put a water bottle in there in the past when I didn't want to have a water bottle on the side. Instead, I want it on the inside. There's really not a whole lot. So as you can see here, pretty empty for the most part. So yeah, I think one cool discovery I made, I didn't realize when I first got this bag, was that the configuration of the compartments that you see now, or the dividers, is 1, 2, 3, right? This one is actually all the way at the end. So what you can actually do to create, instead of 2 compartments plus the top large compartment, you can shift everything down so that you have 1, 2, 3 compartments plus the open section. So you can fiddle kind of whatever configuration works best for you, but that gives you more compartment space for things like lenses, things that can be rolled up, cameras and things like that, gimbals, whatever, that can be customized. That can be customized here. Overall, I will say that I've been very happy with this bag. I think one cool thing that I loved was when I was working, I used this bag as kind of my my folio bag, my leather fancy bag, even though it isn't. It's a really everyday use kind of backpack, but I wanted to look a little professional. So I'll just give you a look of what I did. So backpack mode, great for getting around, my everyday. Don't really have any issues here. Looks good, but when I'm going into a meeting, I want to look a little bit more professional. So what I do is basically I carry it this way, and these handles have become pretty helpful. So I just walk into a meeting like this, super incognito. It's a nice looking bag. Nobody really bats an eye, and I feel a little bit more professional because I'm in a suit. I can carry on the side. Perfectly good replacement for the messenger type bag or folio type bag. So that's kind of how I've done it because I really love this bag and I went to work with this bag. Anything else to mention? Honestly, not really. It's a good bag. I use it every day, but 20 liter, why do I have the 20 liter? So I have the luxury of having both. I think not a lot of people do, so it's a tough choice, and I get a lot of questions about 20 liter versus 30 liter. Now, where the 30 liter comes into play is it's a bag that carries a lot of stuff. I have a lot of camera gear. I have my Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II, a mouthful I know. But I have then 2 lenses, one of them being a long lens, so it kind of takes up the entire compartment at the bottom. I got a drone now. I got a DJI Osmo gimbal as well. And so when you're traveling and wanting to bring all this stuff, like a bag like this isn't going to cut it. Like I'll show you how this can be expanded to like really stretch the limits. But if you want to comfortably be able to carry all your travel stuff, your camera gear, things that you pick up along the way, food, snacks, water, all that stuff, you're gonna want the 30 liter. So with this bag, I have been super happy. I've gone hiking with it. I've done many trips with it. I've used it locally here as well. Photography gigs, my own, anytime I'm doing any shooting here locally in Toronto, this is the bag that I will use because I just have a lot of crap to bring around. So with this bag, I'm not going to go through the review. You guys know everything about this bag, I feel like, because I've done this review before, and you probably watched a ton of other reviews as you've been trying to figure out what bag to get. Now, this bag has been great because I can put all my stuff in here. I told you about the divider trick, so shift them up if you want more space. I've been using it in the default configuration. All my camera stuff has fit in. The straps have been super comfortable. This has been super convenient on both bags, really, being able to put the suitcase handles all the way through. So when I'm traveling with a suitcase, that is helpful. These side pockets are much larger, so putting in a tripod, putting in water bottle, the Osmo as well, fits in like a glove. So really good there. The fabric has held up really well, I would say, on both of these. So whether charcoal or ash, they look pretty much brand new. Nothing has fallen apart, like the threading, the leather, the fabric itself looks brand new. So no issues there at all. It's been 6+ months in, and it still looks fabulous. What else? So a few comments about this. And this kind of goes into some of the Q&A or things I've talked about last time. When we talk about having a bottle, it's still kind of an issue, I'd say, just to reiterate kind of challenges I've had with this bag. This 30 liter has a bit of a larger pocket, but still one-handed operation is tough. So this one has a handle, so I can kind of hack my way through it to get the mug, but really I got to do this. I got to pull it down, pull the mug. So when I have Starbucks, this is kind of what I do. So that's kind of the mug issue. The other things about this bag are that the capture. So got some comments about the capture. And with the capture, it works well. This is how I like it on the right side, and that's what other readers and fans have really talked about. One reader and subscriber said that putting it at a 45-degree angle helps, because an issue I had was really the whole hiking thing, right? Because if you're swinging your arms, you're gonna naturally kind of hit the camera. I don't have a good demo of it right now, but by having it shifted, it helps a little bit so that not the full side of it hits this way. It's kind of tilted, so you can kind of avoid it a little. I'll be honest, it's still kind of there though. So if you have a big camera especially, it's unavoidable. Small camera, you can probably get away with it. But Honestly, the best way to mitigate this, I feel like, is with the sternum strap. So with the sternum strap, it comes right over, and I love the sternum strap. It's really easy to use, actually. You just kind of pull it over, you lock it in, you tighten it, and you bring it in together, right? So the camera is more central to the body, and so when you're hiking, it's gonna be fine. So that's been pretty key, to have the sternum strap kind of ready and available. And I would say anytime I'm doing any walking, long, medium to long term in terms of time, like sternum strap's got to be there, because I will say that this bag has a tendency to open up like this. So you've got to keep it tight together, because this is going to be much more comfortable for sure. The last thing I'll say is that 30 liters is going to be perfect for most of your trips. I kind of said this before, but week-long trip, multi-week-long trip, this bag has performed admirably. The top compartment is always super easy to get to, so I can put just whatever really that I pick up along the way. Maps go down in really easily at the top. Souvenirs in the front. Love the passport pocket. Not enough is said about it, but it's one of the few bags that have it. Peak Design always has it in their bags with the Messenger and the everyday backpack. But you know, boarding cards still kind of have one here. Really convenient to get to. So like, I'll just flip the bag forward when I'm in line, open this up, grab my passport, hand it over. So really easy to use. This top compartment is broken out between the main section and a flap of felt. You probably can't see, but you can see a bit of felt. So your laptop can easily fit in there. I feel like 15 inches, yeah, for sure, no problems. There's a lot of space. Up at the top, I put accessories and just kind of whatever else I need, chargers. This, in terms of loose leaf paper, I will say something I've noticed is that for the 30 liter, not so much an issue with single or 2-3 pieces of loose leaf paper. You can slip it down. The slot here, no problem. But with the 20 liter, it's a bit challenging because like it's tight, right? The main compartment, which is the main slot where you put your laptop in, I find that is okay, but if you put your laptop in, it'll almost force the paper and scrunch it up downwards. And then the other slot that's available, it's really hard to slot paper in just because it's so tight. You almost need to put it in a folder that has a bit more structure so that you can fit it in without it crumpling up. So that's one thing I learned with that. Paper was a bit of a challenge, which is something that you don't really think about when you buy a backpack. And yeah, really, really good. Okay, so why don't I jump into some of the questions that have been asked along the way, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are thinking about the same thing. Okay, so what about a drone? I got the Mavic Pro right now. Will it fit? And will it fit the 20 liter? So interestingly enough, so I'm going to take out this thing that I have here. I have this, this is the Fly More package bag that comes with the Mavic Pro. And I've been kind of lazy. I don't have another bag for this, so I just use it on its own, kind of by itself. So what I've been doing is just putting it in my backpack. With a 20 liter, I wouldn't recommend it, but like you can definitely do it. So I'm going to show you right now. You can slot the backpack, or sorry, the drone bag right in. And I didn't think this could work, but you clip it the top for the mag latch, and that's what it looks like. So crazy, right? 20 liters fits this drone all the way to the top. This shows you that this is pushed to the limits, but can handle it. The whole thing fits inside. Would I travel with the drone like this? Probably not. But at the same time, this goes to show maximum volume. Now, if I decided to just take the drone and I guess the remote, but I'll just take out the drone right now. This is how small the Mavic is. This will have no problem, right? Like, so you can definitely fit it in the top compartment. Yeah, so with the Mavic, fits right in by itself. I could probably use one of the side compartments for the Mavic and it would fit perfectly. But that just goes to show drones, no problem. With the 20 liter and for sure with the 30 liter, I'll show you what it looks like. This is how I've traveled with it. And it's a little excessive, I know, but I don't have a good system right now. So does it fit? Yes, it totally does. So I could put the Mavic in like this and still looks pretty normal. Fits right in like a glove. So yes, the drone will fit for sure, and definitely prefer the bag being in, the drone being in the 30 liter works a lot better. I also have an Osmo as well. So what about the Osmo in the case? So pretty tough in the 20 liter. It will fit like anything. You can put it on an angle, will fit pretty good. But a wide across, it is too long. It is too long. So it sticks out. I can't really close the side. And even I would say the side pockets doesn't work very well. Nope, not gonna work. With this, the 30 liter fits in at the top, no worries at all. The side, no problem at all. You probably don't want to put it there because it could get stolen. And side wing slots in and actually can close. No problem at all. Awesome. So we talked about a few of those things. Something that just came up to mind. I think one of the biggest flaws for this bag is the fact that it's the pros and cons for the wings, right? So because they're both open-ended, you can have all sorts of configurations that you want. It gives you a lot of flexibility to access different sides. You got side pockets, and you can put your camera in different ways. But let me give you an example of something that I've faced as an issue. So I got my 5D Mark III, so this is a big camera. And why don't I actually do it with the 20 liter? Because I think some of you have asked about, full frame or some of the bigger cameras, not the Micro Four Thirds. And this will fit for sure, but you're not gonna be able to divide. It's gonna take up the whole section. So, get that out of the way. This will drop right in. It'll take up the whole thing. So, a problem that I have, and something that you just kind of got to live with. Again, pros and cons of the bag. When you are traveling or around, you're going to be walking around, you see something cool, decide, oh, got to grab my camera. You swing your bag this way because you're used to swinging it this way. You pull out and you realize, oh crap, it's the top part of the lens. It isn't it isn't the part that I wanted. So you're kind of screwed. And then you realize, okay, wrong side. Okay, flip it around, close it up, flip it around. And then you grab the camera from here and then you shoot. So it's a different operation. I think my main thing is like just remembering which side is supposed to be which, right? That's the main issue. So I've got caught a lot of times like opening up the wrong side. I've kind of had to learn like, okay, swinging it this way will get to the camera body, but if I swing it the other way, I'll get to the lens, which is on the other side. So I'd say that is definitely a con that you have to live with. It's just the nature of the design of this bag. And last thing I would say is that because both sides are open-ended, you have to be very careful. You always have to make sure you close the wings before you lift it up, put it on your bag, carry it, whatever, because it's easy to forget and things just fall out. Especially if there's lenses out there. I've had it happen to me once. It was kind of scary. I just heard my lens tumble down onto the ground. It survived, so it was good, but still not cool. So yes, always remember you close your wings because you could run into an accident, and I don't want that happening to you. So be very, very, very careful. I've had other questions about, like, does the 30 liter fit underneath the seat on a plane? And yes, it does. I've traveled with this numerous times, and while it does fit under the seat, small planes, big planes, it all kind of works. With a small plane, it sticks out a little bit, like the top end. The main thing though is because it's a big boy, right? You're gonna lose most of your leg room. So unless you take off your shoes and you kind of fit your feet on top, like right here, you're gonna be a little bit uncomfortable, but it does work. So you don't have to put it up in the upper bins. You can keep it under the seat, no worries. Somebody asked about the durability, or rather how keeping the fabric clean. I've thrown this bag around tons of times. Like in terms of dirt, none of that shows up. Like it's been everywhere. The top sections are all pretty good. The bottom, as you know, is in kind of this more durable fabric, or really, I guess, is a fabric that is rip resistant, rip resistant, and all that. So this is, you know, it's got no real scratches. It's got some dirt on it, but it's good for the most part. The only part of the fabric that I've seen a little bit of not wear, but just dirt, would be on the bottom side here, because I went out to Kauai. There's a lot of red soil, and put it on the ground, and it was wet and things like that. So it kind of got on the fabric here, and I didn't really wash it. So it's kind of caked in right now, and I tried to wash it. It was a bit tough. This is a very synthetic kind of material. It's not like your soft fabric from your shirts. And used some soap, tried to rub it off, got a little bit off, but it's still there. So that is a bit of an issue, I guess. But I feel like it's the kind of thing where, like, if you notice that there's dirt, you clean it off right away, you'll have pretty good luck at getting at it. It's just not something you can throw in the wash, right? So, and it's hard to like really squeeze out the dirt. It's not, it is water repellent, so it doesn't really absorb the water in the soap, so for you to like get the dirt out. So that's just kind of a natural property of it. And the charcoal, don't see anything at all, man. Like this really does look new, and I set it down on the ground all the time. Like it is all over the place. It's been everywhere. So no issues, no real issues with fabric. This is the coolest fabric I have seen in a bag. One last thing before I close it out is security. I know some people have talked about that. I don't think it's something to be worried about, honestly, because if you look at these bags, I think I showed you guys last time, it's got its own built-in kind of closing strap loop here. So you see that there. You can actually clip this onto these loops over here so that, whoops, let me just close it here. You can actually clamp these down. They have a built-in mechanism. It's pretty simple, but it works. So now this main loop is connected to another loop here. It's locked in, and so somebody can't like come pull down. Like this is as far as you can go. Even if you don't do that, the awkward kind of shape of this bag, it kind of is bulbous near the front. I feel like you're gonna feel something because you first got to pull forward and then down. This angle right here, you're gonna feel a bit of a tug. So in terms of somebody stealing something from the side, pretty hard to do. Top component or top zipper is, I guess you could, but it's one of those things where like they're gonna get pretty damn close to you, and they gotta fit their hand inside to grab something out. So not really an issue that I'm really worried about. And then lastly, mag latch. Mag latch has been around since the Messenger, and I think inherently has built-in safety features because you can't just, this is not a full bag, so it's not the best example, but like most people, when they see this latch, will try to like pull it out. And when you tug this way, you're gonna feel that motion. You'll be like, what the heck is happening? Most people don't know this is just such a unique design that you do have to pull down to be able to lift up. So, and then on top of that, you got to then open this up to reach down. It's not that easy. Yeah, security, not a concern at all, guys. Not a concern at all. I guess this is last. I think I mentioned this last time in the review. Like, if you're not careful, I guess these two sides can open up if you're not careful about closing. So let's say you close, there's like kind of a hole here and kind of a hole here that's exposed. So this is more of like a weatherproofing issue than a security thing. But if you have these open, I guess water could fall in through this crack because you didn't fold the fabric inside. Folding the fabric inside, and then you're good. But if this hole is exposed, I guess somebody could try to get, no, not really. So I feel like I've talked about most of the things I wanted to about this bag. So anything's off. I hope you guys have enjoyed this final review of the 20 liter versus 30 liter. I've had a lot of fun using these bags, I'd say. Like, they're probably the best bags I have so far for all my camera gear for travel, and I will continue to use these bags. Hopefully I've answered all your questions. If I haven't yet, drop a comment below. Also drop a comment in terms of like what you want me to review next. What's the camera / tech / travel gear that you're itching to know about, or trying to make a decision on whether to buy or not. I will try my best to do that. And if you love all my videos so far, drop a subscribe as well. Would definitely appreciate it. You're the best. And so I think that's about it. I've had fun reviewing these and hope to do more of these. Started my travel vlog as well, so check out those videos. More epic travel videos to come. Hope you've enjoyed. This is Will at Going Awesome Places. See you soon.